Guess those who thought the Yellowstone universe would fade out are eating their words. 1923 came in guns blazing, and it's just getting started. Let's take a look at how 1923 has elevated the Yellowstone universe to even greater heights. Development of 1923. The year 1923 functions as more than just a timeline. It's the beating heart of the Yellowstone saga. The pivotal era doesn't just move the Dutton story forward, it throws them into the fire of history itself. As 1923 unfolds, we witness the 1883 generation battling to establish a legacy in a world that refuses to stand still. Sheridan explained that the year 1923 brought unprecedented changes after severe droughts and prohibition emerged as America expanded across the western frontier. The established lawless frontier underwent critical transformations into a vital resource center which created obstacles for the future of the family. At the center of it all is young John Dutton Sr., originally portrayed as a child in 1883, played by Audie Rick. He grows into the elder John Dutton Sr., played by James Badge Dale. We meet in 1923. Meanwhile, Elsa Dutton returns, not in body, but in voice, narrating the family's journey after her heartbreaking death in 1883. And then there's Spencer Dutton, played by Brendan Sklenar, a character who wasn't even born when 1883 ended, but now plays a crucial role in the family's fate. The story so far. At the start of the show, the Dutton family faces turmoil like no other. Harrison Ford takes on the role of Jacob Dutton together with his wife, Cara Dutton, played by Helen Mirren, who now managed the Yellowstone Ranch after James and Margaret Dutton handed it over to them. The Montana Livestock Association receives its leadership from patriarch Jacob Dutton, who shows extreme dedication to rancher rights protection. Building the family and taking care of the ranch are joint responsibilities that Cara executes decisively alongside her husband. But they understand that protecting their ranch might not be as easy as it seems. So, how close are their enemies lurking? The Duttons face their main opposition from Donald Whitfield, who aggressively pursues complete control of their property while trying to seize it from them. He makes alliances with Scottish sheep herder Banner Creighton, who holds a major grudge against the Duttons. The conflict ends in tragic deaths because cattlemen and sheep herders fight for control over the same territories. A violent confrontation arises as Banner, along with his soldiers, attacks Jacob's family at his house. The assailants seriously injure Jacob, and the brutal attack claims John Dutton Sr.'s life, leaving Emma as a widow. This comes as a huge blow to the Duttons. The only way they manage to survive is because Cara remains as cool as ever with the whole confrontation. After Jacob recovers from his injuries, Cara leads the ranch defense operations and prepares for another upcoming danger. Whitfield extends his control over the area. Whitfield takes advantage of his money and connections to win ownership of the Dutton land by paying off its tax obligations, which drives the family into complete financial distress. Whitfield is just the right villain in the story of Duttons, and the fans have seemed to enjoy his character so far. Spencer Dutton, the younger nephew of Jacob, struggles to cope with his past as a World War I veteran by engaging in dangerous hunting activities during his time spent in Africa. When he experiences love with British aristocrat Alexandra, she decides to abandon her fiancé to start a life with him. Spencer's discovery of his family's crisis sets him on a perilous journey back to Montana. A voyage filled with danger at every turn. As he and his companions brave treacherous waters, their fight isn't just against the elements, but against time itself. The Dutton Ranch is under siege, and the battle to protect their legacy has never been more desperate. While the Duttons fight their own war, Tiona Rainwater faces a brutal struggle of her own. Trapped in a Catholic boarding school designed to strip Native students of their identity, she endures relentless abuse. But Tiona refuses to be broken. In a desperate bid for freedom, she takes matters into her own hands, killing 2 of her tormentors and escaping into the wild. Her journey is one of survival as her family risks everything to find her before it's too late. With Jacob weakened, Cara barely holding the ranch together, and Spencer's fate hanging in the balance, the Duttons find themselves at their most vulnerable. Meanwhile, enemies like Whitfield and Creighton close in, determined to seize everything the family has built. Season 2, new details revealed. The latest 1923 trailer, released in January 2025, teases the high-stakes conflicts ahead. Kara proves she's as formidable as ever, taking aim at intruders and declaring any prize worth claiming demands a battle. This fierce determination sets the tone for the season. Previous teasers already hinted at the show's two central storylines: Spencer's perilous journey back to Montana and the growing threats against the Dutton Ranch, forcing Jacob and Kara to realize they are under siege. In an unusual move, Paramount Plus renewed 1923 for a second season in February 2023, before even reaching the halfway mark of Season 1. This was a stark contrast to 1883, which was always intended as a limited series. However, Taylor Sheridan envisioned 1923 as a two-season epic from the start. The series' success, powered by the star power of Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford, made a second season an easy decision, especially with 1923 setting streaming records on Paramount Plus. With a total of 16 episodes across 2 seasons, 1923 might be nearing its conclusion, though Paramount Plus has yet to confirm this officially. Given the massive success of both 1923 and the broader Yellowstone franchise, the story may not be over just yet. Season 2 of 1923 will escalate the struggles experienced by the members of the Dutton family, according to official show descriptions. Excessive winter confronts the Dutton family while external forces attempt to destroy their inherited properties. Spencer recognizes that protecting his family requires him to make a dangerous journey back to Montana, where he must hurry to face these threatening enemies. During the voyage to America, Alexandra leaves behind everything in pursuit of Spencer and her wish to restore their passionate relationship. The current trailer exposes critical details about the main story of the season, although it keeps to the established direction Yellowstone has followed before. Wealthy elites, led by Timothy Dalton playing villain Donald Whitfield, seek to obtain the Dutton Ranch while laying plans to transform Montana into a luxurious resort for rich people to inhabit. During Season 1, Whitfield assisted Banner Creighton, but now the 1923 Season 2 reveals him as the show's main antagonist. This advancement creates conditions for another intense competition regarding land control. And one thing is for sure, Whitfield isn't going to let the Duttons off the hook so easily. A mystery remains about Season 2 because viewers want to know if the plot will extend beyond 1923. The initial season operated within 1923, but future timeline information for the following season remains undisclosed at this time. The timeline will probably stretch down the years between 1923 and 1924 because Season 1 spanned numerous months alongside the prolonged duration of Spencer's return to Montana. As 1923 prepares to return, the Dutton family faces mounting obstacles that threaten to dismantle everything they have fought to protect. With betrayals, brutal winters, and dangerous adversaries closing in, the stage is set for an intense continuation of their struggle to maintain control over the Yellowstone Ranch. Will the Dutton family succeed in doing so, or will their plans to expand control be foiled by their enemies? Other sequels of Yellowstone connecting to 1923. The Yellowstone franchise now extends beyond 1923 as multiple future productions will deliver new stories about various periods during the Dutton family legacy. These forthcoming series both complement the Yellowstone legacy and add extended storylines to 1923 while enriching the narrative of the Dutton family across generations. One of the most awaited follow-ups to Yellowstone is 1944, a prequel that advances the story by 2 decades from 1923. The forthcoming plot in this new Yellowstone series follows the Dutton family through their experiences during the Great Depression and World War II period in Montana. The sequel storyline in 1944 will likely see the Dutton family maintain their land defense efforts against malevolent strangers, but they must now fight against industrialization and World War II economic effects. Spencer Dutton's homecoming story could feature his impact on the world after leaving his family behind in the preceding timeline. The upcoming 2024 sequel movie maintains its place as the direct follow-up to Yellowstone. The upcoming succession of the Yellowstone title will continue the story of the Dutton clan after the main series ends by featuring survivors from 1923. Let us know in the comments how you think Season 2 of 1923 is going to pan out, and hit the like and subscribe button for more entertainment content.